Hello and welcome back to my channel and to today's video. Today I am going to do the palette tag. The palette tag is created by Samantha and Allie Glines. They did a collaboration video together about their palette collection, and this tag has been exploding all over YouTube. I have seen a lot of people participating in this, so I was like, okay, I'm going to add my 2 cents as well. I have seen a lot of these videos. I have seen Samantha's, I've seen Allie's, I've seen Beauty Peacock. It's a new channel for me. I'm going to link everything down below. Also, Angelica Niqvist did this tag and she added one question, and I saw on the Beauty Peacock, I think that's her name, I'm sorry if I'm wrong, she also added another question, so I added both of them. So I added 2 to the 13 questions that were already there. So if you're interested to see how I answered these questions and what palette I chose for each question, then please keep on watching. I am going to start off with the first question, and that is, what is your newest palette? And this is my newest palette. I have bought this a few weeks ago from Beauty Bay, I believe. This is the Cor de Rosa Sigma palette. This is the slip. The slip is so stunning. And this is the palette. I have been using it a bit, as you've seen. I have already used it just, you know, playing around and on my eyes today. So this is my newest palette. And the next question is your oldest. Now, this is my oldest palette. This is the Blushed Nudes by Maybelline, and I think a lot of people have this palette in their collection. It seems like a very nice, like, you know, approachable palette, and it is, but the quality is not what it should be. I have been using it a lot, but it's like very powdery. Yeah, these are the shimmers. It's very nice, it's very beginner friendly, it's, you know, what I know now about palettes, this is not a great palette. It's been very much used, as you can see, especially this shade. I have been using a lot for some reason. Yeah, I can imagine why that would be. It's like the bottom one, the pink one. So yeah, this is my most used, and it's one I am not reaching for at all. I think I even should just declutter this. It's old, I never use it, and it's not great quality. So yeah, but this is something I started my palette collection off with, and I'm like up to 75 now or something like that. So that's, yeah. Then I'm going over to my most expensive, and that is the Natasha Denona Biba palette. I have a few Natasha Denona palettes, but I bought 2 of them on sale. And no, that's not true. I bought 3 of them on sale, and 2 I bought in London when I went on my London trip. This is a very, very nice palette. And I think I bought this one at Harrods, and the other one I bought at Selfridges, I believe, yes. But that is also coming up in one of the other questions. So I wanted to show you, this is my most expensive. It isn't, because the other one is as expensive as this one, but this was bought at Harrods, and I was like, this is the most bougie thing I have in my collection. It's a very high price tag. It's like 125 or 123 euros, I believe. And yeah, I got it at Harrods. And Harrods, we had to pay, you can't go in there with like bags and like suitcases and stuff like that. And we were on our London trip, and we were shopping, and we had some like bags and stuff like that, so we had to check them in, and we had to pay for that. So yeah, they took it off the price, but still, it was a bit of a hassle. So this is my most expensive palette, but I must say I have not regretted buying this. It's a lovely everyday palette, and the quality is very nice, and also the tones of a lot of these shades are very different to what I already have in my collection. So I am really happy with this palette. Then my most affordable palette is this one by Revolution. It's the 12 eyeshadow palette in Iconic 3. And I think this was like 5 euros or something like this. I think this and the Maybelline one I bought around the same time. So this could also be one of my oldest palettes. And this I have been using a lot as well. This is a color story I would gravitate to back in the day. I was very much into blush and pink tones back in the day, and now I just use whatever I like. A lot of there's not a lot of, I don't think there's any eyeshadow color I don't use. Maybe like purples. I don't use a lot of purples, but you know, I try to because I think they're nice, but that is something I'm not really gravitating towards when I'm doing my makeup. But this was back in the day the color story I would gravitate to very quickly. And I wasn't really used to using eyeshadow palettes, so this was something I wanted to try for myself. And then with €5, you can't go really wrong. This was really nice. I've been using this a lot as well. It's just getting very old. And of course, the same thing with the blush nudes. Knowing what I know now, this is not a great palette, but it was nice to start off with. It was okay to get like this toe in the water. Then this was a very difficult thing for me because an everyday palette, I use a lot of palettes. You know, I have like 75, so I rotate a lot. But if I am like looking at what I would pick when I want to do a quick look, then I would take out my Modern Renaissance by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And there were people saying that this was their most overhyped product, but I was like, or palette, and I was like, really? This is really some everyday color story for me. Because of the warmer tones, that is very suitable for my blue eyes. And also those like, I'm going to flip it. These like pinky tones are very much up my alley. I love this palette. It's great quality. The shadows blend very well. It's a classic. It's a classic. So this is something I would very happily reach for every day. If my whole palette collection would disappear one day, then this is probably the first thing I will buy again, because you can get a lot of looks and versatility out of this palette. I really, really adore this. So this is, I think, my everyday palette. Then the next question is, what is your most colorful palette? Now, that was something I had to think on a little bit, because I have some colorful palettes, but I was like, okay, what is the palette that to me screams like, okay, there's a lot of colors, very unique colors as well, bright colors as well, and some different formulas, because I have the Going Back to Brazil palette by BH Cosmetics that is very colorful, but I think this one is truly my most colorful, and also colorful because these pressed glitters are stunning and they are like off your eyes. So this is my most colorful palette. It's by 50/50 Makeup. It's a Dutch indie brand that is based in Rotterdam, and this is the Sapphire palette, and it's stunning. These like pressed glitters are like in this very nice, I wouldn't say Vaseline, but something like that. It's very sticky base, and because of that you can draw like very nice lines, like if you want to use them as eyeliner. This is a stunning palette. I will try to link all the palettes down below, but if I don't, then I'm sorry. But I will, I will try. This is a very nice palette, and also 50/50 Makeup is a very nice brand. They have some very unique color stories, but also some very wearable palettes, and I really, really like them. Also, they're in Rotterdam based. I live in Rotterdam, so, you know, Rotterdam represent. Then after most colorful, we go into smallest, and this was no contest. This is my smallest palette. Look at how teeny tiny this cutie patootie is. I've used this for my Full Face of Max Factor. That video is coming up on Monday. So subscribe if you want to see me use this palette. And also I've been testing that new foundation. The rest of the video is all first impressions, but the foundation I have been testing for like a week, so I can give you a full review on that. So please subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload that one. This is my smallest. Do I need to explain why? It's so teeny tiny, but it performed really nicely. So spoiler alert, it was really nice. I've seen a lot of these e.l.f. palettes floating around, but we don't have them in Holland, and I was like, no, this is the smallest palette I have. It's technically, it's like a, what's it called, a quad, but you know, it's the smallest I have. Your biggest, of course. Well, this is probably not a surprise, but it's one by Morphe. It's like you have this like small table of a palette by Morphe. This is the 39A. Oh, it's this one. Going to take a sip. It just like fills the screen. I have been eyeing this palette for a while, and then I was like, I want to get this because it is, in my opinion, a very wearable palette. You have some greens. I love greens. You have some blues. I really like blues. And then those more berry type of colors. And of course, all the browns you can get because, you know, it's Morphe. So this is my biggest. I never reach for it because it is this big. But because I have this bigger desk now, maybe I will reach for it a little bit more. I think I've used it never. I've used it never. This was also in my video about palettes I had to have but never used. I will link it up here. It made a presence. And yeah, my biggest. I am going to do a video on it one day. I just don't know when. It will be like a oldie but goodie type of video. I don't know yet. That was the biggest, the smallest, and we're going to go to the one with the best memory. Hands down, it's this palette. It's the Boom Boom palette by MAC Cosmetics, and you would say like, why? But this, this is the palette my makeup artist used for my wedding. So, and this is not the one, she had the same one, but you know, she used hers. But this is the one she used for my eye makeup for my wedding. So this hands down is the one with the best memory, and I keep it in its box, so I hope I will preserve it a little bit longer. But yeah, that is the one with the best memory for me. She made a very nice bridal makeup look with that. Then worth the hype, I had to look for it. I have these like little sticky notes on them, so I had to look for it. This is, to me, worth the hype. This is Gemini palette by Melt. Okay, I have to put in a little disclaimer. This palette has been known to go a bit off. A lot of people have been experiencing some, not necessarily mold, or also mold, maybe also mold. But you know, they didn't test it in a laboratory or anything like that, but they have been experiencing some puffing up of the shadows, especially the glitter ones. The shimmer ones, they puffed up, so that is ick. I'm going to hold it like this because it won't bend. But this is the color story, and if you know me a little, you know I love greens. So this was a palette that was, I think, sold out very quickly. Then it didn't come back for a very long time. And then it came back and I grabbed it right away. And I must say, for me, this palette is worth the hype. Of course, it's very annoying that for a lot of people this palette, you know, went bad or it went off or some stuff happened to it. I think Melt said that if you keep these palettes in or all their palettes in a humid environment, this will happen, or this can happen because of their formula. I don't think it should. I think you should have a formula where you don't have that problem, but you know, that's something. But this, to me, definitely is worth the hype. And I keep it in its little package, in its little box. Normally I just throw away the boxes, but I keep it in the box because for me this was such an overhyped palette and I really wanted to get it, and it wasn't very easy because it's, you know, it was sold out for a very long time. But now I have it. So that is my worth the hype palette. And then there's also a palette that is not worth the hype, and it's not necessarily a bad palette. It's just that I have been hyping this one up in my head so much, and I was making a bit of a to-do about getting it. I also got it in London when I was in London. It's a palette by Natasha Denona. It's the gold palette. And I know a lot of people will be like, girl, you're crazy. It's a beautiful palette. This is the color story, and it is so stunning. And it's not because this is a bad palette or the color story is not so nice, or because the palette or the shades are not performing very well. They are. They are. It's a stunning palette when it comes to that. The only thing I am like a little bit bummed about is this is called the gold palette. And a lot of these like goldeny colors, these and these two, this one and this one, they both pull a little bit green. I don't want green. I want gold. I really like this blue touch and this one. But the thing with this one, it wears off very, very quickly. I have to put a very sticky base under this one, otherwise it will be gone by the end of the day. I don't think that a shimmer that is costing like, what is it? This palette is 125 or 123 euros as well. And I think it should perform and it should stay on your eyes. This flakes off very easily and very quickly. These are like, this is a very old gold. I'm going to show you what I mean by the green, because these outer ones, yeah, it is focusing. This one and this one, they have a greenish shift. It's not a pure gold, and this is a very nice old pure gold. This is very nice, but I wanted something more variation in the golds. I feel like it's just a bit too basic, because also this one is like the color I would have loved, you know, this. But it's a topper shade. It doesn't have any like true well base to it. And this is also that older bronzy gold. So yeah, it's like I think that there should be like 1 or 2 golds more in here, especially because you have this one, and you can argue all you want, and I've seen a lot of people saying no, they are looking very different on the eyes. No, not different enough to warrant both of them being here, especially because you already also have this one. If you like use this one lightly, you get the same effect as you would get with this one and this one. So if they just put into like matte, like these, that like very nice matte light gold, then I would have been so happy. But yeah, so this is not like it is for me a question of it's a bad palette. It was just not worth the hype, especially because of the price tag as well. Then the next one is a favorite from a favorite brand. Now, I don't really have like one favorite brand. I have a lot of favorite brands. I have a lot of brands that when they come out with something, I want to get it because I know it's going to be good. And one of those brands is Kaleidos. And Kaleidos Cosmetics have these futurism palettes. I made a whole series with all of the 5 palettes, doing a look with each one of them. And this is my favorite of them. This color story is so cool. It is so cool, and you get the most stunning like teal with a pop of orange. I love it. It's so unique as well. So this is my favorite of Kaleidos, and I really don't think you can go wrong. I will link the video, the playlist I made of these 5 palettes up here, so you can see if you are eyeing one and you want to know how to perform on the eye, you can check those videos. Then I had to pull my most used palette, and we have these like older palettes before, the blush nudes and the one from the iconic 3 from Makeup Revolution. When I was going through all my palettes, I think this is one of the palettes I use the most. This is the Soul Blooming by Nabla. It's one of my favorite palettes by the brand, so I could easily just have put this in the previous category. But this is a palette I've used a lot because you see these very like pinky shades again. So this was very easy for me to create a look out of, very approachable for me. Then also you've got this like very cute periwinkle, this deep purple, this duochrome purple, and this is like a duochrome pink topper shade. This is a stunning palette. Sorry, my memory card was full, so I don't really know where I left off, but I wanted to say that this is a palette I have been taking traveling with me a lot, because you can make a very nice diverse look out of this. It's a very nice palette and the quality is outstanding. So this is my most used, funnily enough. Then I have, oh yeah, these were the 13 questions that Allie and Samantha made, and then I have my most underrated palette, and that is a palette, or that is a question that Angelica and Niqvist came up with. And my most underrated palette is the Subculture palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is a new one. And the reason why I bought a new one is because the old one didn't have this. Okay, I'm going to flip it because it's annoying. The older palette didn't have this one, Fudge, because this got crumpled up, destroyed during transport, and it got all over the other shades. And that is annoying because it's a very deep chocolate brown, so that was annoying. So I bought this again, and the reason why I think this is very underrated is because when this came out, the formula was very tough to work with, and I think they reformulated it. I don't know if this is going to be any different than the one I already have. I'm going to give away the one I already have to my friend Kate. She knows, she knows. It's on its way to her, and yeah, I really wanted to have this one because of the color story. I think it's so dang unique. You have these very beautiful tones. This like Roxy, it's like a peachy color, but you also have New Wave and Edge that are like yellows, but also a bit orangey. This is a very cool toned shade, that Mercury, and then of course Destiny, Untamed and Access, 3 very beautiful greens. And I've made stunning looks with this one, also with this electric thrown in the mix. I don't get why people were hating on it so much. Yes, it's a very different formula from the other Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes, and I understand why that would be like, oh, it's totally different and I don't like it. I get it. It's not that bad. It was not that bad. So, in my opinion. So, I think that it's my most underrated palette. And then for the last one, I think this is the one Beauty Peacock added to the list. And that is your most traveled with palette. And I thought it was very fun to pick up the palette I use the most when I go traveling. This one I practically always take with me, or any of its brothers or sisters. It's the Viseart Warm Edit palette. If you like know my preferences, because I do like a bit of a warm tone on my eyes because it goes very nicely with my blue eyes, this is one of the most easy palettes for me to take with. Because you have enough shimmers, you can deepen up, you can warm it up, but you keep it very neutral as well. There's this little pop of like burgundy purple, like a plum purple, of course, a purple color. And yeah, so it's very, very versatile, and I love to bring this traveling. Also, it's very small. Like, you have this little plastic casing on it. It goes like all the way around. You flip it like this, and then it's like teeny tiny. It's very thin. It's teeny tiny. So it's very easy to travel with. I practically always take one of my Viseart palettes traveling with me. So this is my most traveled with. And I think that was a very nice question as well to be added to this list. So guys, that is it from me. I hope you liked this video. If you are like thinking about getting or doing this tag, please let me know down below, because I would love to see your video. Also, let me know a bit about what you would choose, especially for the overhyped one, the everyday one, and the one that was underrated. I think those questions were the most fun to pick out. So please let me know down below which palettes fall into that category for you. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, especially if you want to see my video on the Max Factor product. Please subscribe because you will be, and hit the bell, because then you will be notified if I upload that video. That will be on Monday, so you can also put it in your calendar, but you know, it's easier just to get notified. Okay, thank you. Bye.